Strength Nation in the house. What's going on? Zach Evnesh here, coming to you from on a Wednesday, July 3rd. As you can see, I'm drenched in sweat. It's 8 o'clock, and I was just having a little conversation with my friend Mark Bell, who runs that awesome website, supertraining.tv. And you see all this sweat coming off my face? This is my third shirt of the day. I'm drenched. Woke up today at 6 a.m. Did some work in the morning. Kids woke up, made breakfast for the family, drove an hour and a half up north to train the Del Val High School wrestling team. Trained them, spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours there. Drove back, got to the Edison Underground Strength Gym, returned phone calls, did about 8 sets of box squats, trained athletes, drenched in sweat. Last group was light, so I trained a little bit with them, banged out a bunch of glute ham raises and deadlifts. And really the gist of this video is a lot of people send me emails. I want to be a strength coach. I'm an aspiring strength coach. What's the one thing to do? What's that one key thing? What's the book? What's the product? What's the training course? I've done hundreds and thousands of things to get this small gym running. I'm drenched in sweat. I work my ass off. I keep it honest. I have very serious and aggressive work ethic, commitment, integrity. If I tell people I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I surround myself with the right people. Anybody that's an egomaniac, a liar, a backstabber, I cut them out of my life and I move onward and upward. When I started training guys, like I've told many people before, if you've missed that story, I started training people when I lived with my parents. Training in a very small garage with extremely low ceilings. The ceilings were so low that a kid that was a basketball player would have to duck his head forward every time he deadlifted. We would train in the backyard using stones. I couldn't even walk too well because I had just had ACL reconstructive surgery. I'd ride my bike. They'd follow me. We would train at these ghetto playgrounds, or I'd take them up to the woods near the water towers. They'd sprint up the hill, then they'd run through the trails and had them do sprints and all kinds of bounding and leaping across this crappy-ass front lawn where people were walking their dogs and just shit was everywhere. When I finally bought a house with my fiance, I trained people out of that house for about 4 years. And we actually trained in the garage and in the backyard and at the local elementary school for a year before we even moved into the house. Guys that I was training, we would meet in the backyard and there was like raccoon shit. Cats were bringing birds and other dead animals and leaving them in the backyard. We trained all around that stuff. I used tree logs. I used a Home Depot rope that I had to throw above a tree. And I swear to you, it took me like 45 minutes to finally get that chain over the tree, and I almost lost my eye doing that. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget being at the elementary school, and this undercover cop car rolls up, all tinted out, and these two guys come out with their sunglasses and their suits on. And I was training a couple wrestlers, football players, and I remember saying to myself, holy shit, this is the moment. I'm running a business out of my residential home. These guys are going to arrest me, and these athletes are going to watch me getting handcuffed and walked into the cop car. Luckily, that didn't happen. I used to go into high-income neighborhoods and post signs on trees and then jog down the street and catch up with my fiance in her car. I did a lot of things before there was YouTube, way before YouTube, before Facebook, way before any of that stuff. I've been through the hood, stopping in gyms to buy used equipment, going into Newark. I'll never forget buying used gym equipment out of a storage facility in Newark. And I remember there was the one guy in the storage facility, and as soon as I walked up, I saw him get on phone saying he's here. And I was like, oh shit. Are these dudes going to kick my ass and take my money? And there is no gym equipment. Maybe this is all a fraud. And I remember they were sizing me up. So as soon as I saw him make the phone call, his buddy rolled up. And I was like, damn, dude, it's about to go down. There is no gym equipment. I'm about to fight for my very last dollars. Because back when I was starting to buy gym equipment, I was also heavily in debt. It was in the $25,000, $24,000, $26,000 range. mid-20s. It was a lot of money. And I remember saying to myself, man, I think I'm going to be in debt for the rest of my life, and that's just the way it's going to be. I had cash, and I was buying equipment out of the hood. Newark. If any of you guys have heard of Newark, look it up. Oftentimes ranked like in the top 5 or top 10 of the most deadliest cities in America. There's not one thing that you guys can do if you want to become a strength coach. But the fact that I'm drenched in sweat and just crushed, it doesn't bother me. This is what I do. This is my commitment to working with athletes. And that's what you must have, a commitment to whoever it is that you want to work with. When you have that commitment, that drive, that heart, that passion, you will find a way. The energy will always be there. You know, sometimes I forget. I say, damn, I'm 37. Statistically, half my life, they say is over. But I say it's only just beginning. I stay strong, I stay tough, I stay motivated and committed because I want to represent my family. I want to represent underground strength coaches all around the world. I want to represent and give hope to all those guys and girls that have a passion for the iron game and want to change the lives of others, and you think that you have to have some big fancy place. You have to have a high level of knowledge, and you've got to have a big heart. You have to care. And obviously, looking by my body drenched in my 3rd shirt of the day, and I could have probably gone through 10 shirts easily, you got to go for it and not fear the hard work. When you care and you don't fear the hard work, you will find the way. You will find the way to achieve success. And you'll also have your down times. There's the ups, there's the downs. I've had many down times, and they have taught me many very special lessons. People that you think are your friends, that you think would support you, end up bailing on you or stealing from you or stabbing you in the back. And they walk around as if they did all the right things, that they did what they did and it's all your fault. But that's the way it is as an entrepreneur. There are business people out there that they don't care about hurting anybody. They care about patting themselves on the own back. A true entrepreneur is out there to serve. You have to be on a mission to serve and change the lives, truly change the lives of others for their good. Yes, it makes you feel good, but if your priority is patting yourself on the back, you're not cut out for this stuff. Strength coaches have to care, honesty, integrity, commitment, work ethic. That's what it's about, guys. Peace out. Undergroundstrength.tv and strength coaches, undergroundbizjournal.com. Time to head home to the family. It's a late day, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to rise above. And you got to be tough. You have to have the mental toughness. You can do it if you have it here. Heart.